I'm not feeling well today. I just want to get in, make this video, and get back out. So we're going to be talking today about this particular story that someone sent to me. So thank you for sending the story to me. I thought the story was fascinating. I sent it to an associate of mine, and she was like, "Oh, this is what happens when." She was like, well, one moment of lack of self-control is going to cost him 16 years of his life. And I was like, this isn't a matter of lack of self control, not in my opinion. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I was like, this isn't a case of lack of self control, in my opinion, right? So I wanted to, it looks like my captions are not up. I'm telling you, I'm not feeling well today. I really just want to jump in and jump out. So, I'm about to get the text out to the text notification squad. I bear with me because I didn't want to do today's video, but I'm listening to my internal guiding that when I have an epiphany, I I go forward with the epiphany and I create the content, even though I'm not in the best of spaces, right now. So just give me a moment. And then we're going to read the story. I want to take a survey from you all to see whether or not, but we'll talk about that once I go live on the other platforms because, yeah, hi, welcome everybody, welcome. I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling well. I'm not apologizing for not feeling well. I guess I'm just really apologizing to myself for creating content when I'm not feeling well, but I really did feel that internal guiding to do this video. So let me just go ahead and get these notifications out. Let me get the link for this and then send it out. A lot of people have been joining the text notification squad lately. I'm happy about that because I've been advertising it for a moment, but people are really listening now. There's more than 830 people on the text notification squad. Let's go ahead and send that. So the text is on its way. Let me go ahead and get this notification out. If you want free notifications, you can also get those. They're inside the description of the video. I am your host, Tonya TKO, of course. So let's welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and get live on these other platforms. Let's go ahead and get live on these other platforms. All right, we're live on Twitch, we're live on Twitter, we're live on Facebook, we're live on LinkedIn, and of course, we're live on YouTube. Yes. I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your life. And I had an epiphany today when I was someone sent me this story, and I had an epiphany. And I decided to share my epiphany with you all. So you know what? Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the story because there's a few different things that I want to show you all, right? There's a few different things that I want to show you all here. So this is the story that I was sent right here. So here's a man, right? Let me go ahead and stop that music. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just want to get into the story. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right. So you see this man's mugshot on the screen, right? This is 27-year-old William Carson. In 2020, there was some kids that were throwing snowballs in Wisconsin. I'm going to read the story to you all because when I read the story, I had to start forwarding it to other people. So go ahead and forward this because I feel like this epiphany that I had is just very deep. And because the word gun is in the title, the video is going to be, squelched by these websites. So I'm going to depend on you to send the video out. It's up to you. Because if you all want me to cover these stories, you cannot get the stories if you do not share the videos. Because there's 200,000 people on this YouTube page. There's a million people on my Facebook page, but you see there's 70 people that are live on Facebook and 232 mainly people from the text notification squad who are here right now. So let's talk about this man. This is a young man. He's 27, but this does not look like the face of a 27-year-old man to me. He looks like he is pushing 37 going on 40. He look, we're going to read. We're going to read, right? A Wisconsin man who was convicted of shooting at a group of children after they threw snowballs at his car were sentenced to 16 years behind bars. William Carson, 27, pleaded to the court for leniency and mercy at his sentencing hearing on Friday. He was found guilty in November of 2 counts of first-degree reckless injury and 5 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. I miss my family. I miss my kids, Carson told the judge. Prosecutors had initially asked Carson to serve a 25-year prison sentence after his conviction. On January 4th, 2020, a group of 7 children were playing in the snow and throwing snowballs at passing cars. And this story really touches me because, children do silly things, right? Children do silly things. So they were throwing snowballs at cars. They shouldn't have been doing it. They weren't throwing rocks. It was snowballs in Wisconsin in the winter, right? My father's calling me. Dad? Daddy, I'm live right now. But I see you. Yes, I'm live, but I see you found your phone. Oh, all right then. Yeah. I'll call you after I'm off. All right then. Bye-bye. All right. So, sorry about that. My dad lost his phone, and so he has these apps on there, and he's concerned because his apps lead to his banking and all this other stuff, right? So he's kind of upset about all of that. But yeah, so I'm gonna help him with that after I get off. So nonetheless, so when your kids, you do silly things. They're in Wisconsin. It's winter time. They're getting out playing with their friends. So listen to this. Listen to this. Just see this story. See this story, right? So all right. Okay. So on January 20th, they were throwing snowballs at passing cars until one of the drivers, who was later identified as Carson, turned his car around and fired his gun at the children as they ran away. The children were running. And this man fired a gun at the children. 2 of the 7 children suffered injuries. One was shot in the arm and another was shot in the thigh. The original report says he shot 3 children, right? There were 7 of them. The original report says, I can show you one of the original reports from 2020 said that 3 children were shot, right? It says 3 children were shot, but that's neither here nor there. But in this story, it says 2. So, but some of the kids had to move, some of the families had to move out of state, right? So nonetheless, 2 of the 7 children suffered injuries. One was shot in the arm and another was shot in the thigh. During Friday's sentencing hearing, the mother of one of the children described how the shooting had impacted her family. You really hurt us, and I really want you to pay for what you did to my family, she said. After the shooting, Carson fled. He was arrested more than a week later after police found him driving under the influence and recovered a gun from his car that had tested highly probable for being the gun used in the shooting. At the time of his arrest, Carson told officers that he had recently purchased the gun for self-defense. According to court records, Carson was also sentenced to 10 years of extended supervision, during which he must maintain full-time employment or school enrollment, as well as sobriety and ordered by the judge, Hirsch Hannaran, right? And then he says, there's this other side of you that is impulsive, reckless, violent, I think self-centered, Hannaran said at the hearing. The American Public Health Association says gun violence in the U.S. is a public health crisis. It is the leading cause of premature death in the country, responsible for more than 38,000 deaths annually in 2020. 39,000 were injured in shootings, according to the Gun Violence Archive. Okay. I want to take a survey, right? I want to take a survey. How many of you bet that the children were Black? And why? Tell me why. If you feel that the children were Black, right? If you feel that the children were Black, put up the number 1. If you feel that the children were white, go ahead and put up the number 2. I want to see what your thoughts are on that. Let's see. And I want to see, hey, my Twitchies are in the house. Hey. Let me see how many people on Twitch. There's 2 people on Twitch. Oh, we done gone up by 100%. All right, so I pay attention, you all. We're voting right now. Why? Somebody says, of course they were. Why do you think that they were Black? I want to hear from you all. Why do you think that they were Black? Because some of you are saying, of course. Why? Why do you think that they were Black? Right? Okay. Mary says she thinks they were white. Okay. Let me pull up, this real quick, right? Okay. Most likely 1. He knew better if it was the other way. Okay. Okay. You all have the same thought. But you know what the thing about it is? I know. Oh, somebody thinks they were Black boys. Oh, just wait until you hear. Because I already know what they were. I did some digging and some investigating. Right? I did some digging and some investigating. So I want to show you this comment that I got, because I'm telling you, I had this epiphany today. And so here is a comment that I got, right? This is not the right screen that I meant to open. This is the screen, right? Here's a comment that a Black guy wrote on my video. And he says, it's funny how all these Black women find himself hating because he don't like Black women. This is from the video that I did the other day on Tyree Nichols being a colorist, right? So he made this comment on there. He said, it's funny how all the Black women find himself hating. Because he didn't like Black women. But I guess the 5 cops are not self-hating since they beat him to death. And in your eyes are probably heroes, particularly if they're married to Black women. So ironic, and yet telling to the Black women, you're self-hating, you don't know Black women, but you beat a Black man or nothing, no political. What doesn't he get? What doesn't he get? I wrote back to him. I said Tyree hated being Black. The cops hated being Black. Match made in hell. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. Let me sit up straight, because I hate when I make videos slumped over. I want to show you all something else. Somebody says they might be white since he got sentenced. Let's take a look and see, because, I mean, I am a Black woman, and you know by the time a Black woman asks you a question, she most likely already knows the answer. You know she most likely already knows the answer. So I want you to take a look at this. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the James Baldwin quote. If you're familiar with the James Baldwin quote and you like Black historians and literary geniuses, go ahead and put up the number 3 if you're familiar with the James Baldwin quote about Black cops. And let me ask you all, if you think that it's better to get a Black cop on the scene, put up the number 4. If you think it's better to get a white cop on the scene, put up the number 5. I want to see, and you all can take the survey amongst yourself. I want to keep going, right? So here. This is the quote by Baldwin, right? Black policemen were another matter, we used to say. If you must call a policeman, for we hardly ever did, for God's sake, try to make sure it's a white one. And he goes on, and he goes on. Try to make sure that it's a white one, right? A Black policeman could completely demolish you. He knew far more about you than a white policeman could. And you were without defenses before this Black brother in uniform, whose entire reason for breathing seemed to be his hope to offer proof that, though he was Black, he was not Black like you. That's the James Baldwin quote. It's deep. It's very deep. Let me check the apples. Go ahead and send your apples through because I'm not going to be on very long. So if you're going to send apples through, send the apples through now, right? If you'd like to send a Cash App to be read on air, the direct link is www.cash.app/$ Tonya TKO. It is a verified Cash App account, so you know you're sending it to the right place, right? So James Baldwin, even back then, they knew, getting hit up by a Black cop was going to be problematic, right? It's going to be problematic. So I had an epiphany as I was reading this story. And the epiphany that I had was, because my theory was that the children were most likely Black, and this is the reason why. Because they don't value Black life. My epiphany is that these men hate themselves, and Black men had better, let me tell you, Black men had better start getting under control, getting other Black men under control. Because you see, this is the epiphany that I had. These types of Black men, and we're not talking about all, but these particular types of Black men, they hate being Black. They hate anybody who looks like them. They hate other Black men. That's why if a Black man steps on his sneakers, but if he goes down to Wall Street and a Wall Street man bangs him in his damn kneecap with a briefcase, he ain't gonna do shit. But a nigga like him, if he gets his shoe stepped on by a Black man, oh, he might take your life because he doesn't value his life. He doesn't value your life. He sees a nigga and he's like, your life is worth nothing to him or anybody else, right? This is how, when it comes to intercourse with you Black women, you are a casualty because he hates himself, he hates his seed, he hates his semen, he hates his penis, and his penis going towards you is a form of punishment. He wants to batter you. This is why they come up with all of these violent terms to describe sex. He wants to batter you with his penis. He wants to punish you. And he cares so little about himself that he doesn't want to wear protection because sex is not even for the act of procreating. It's not for the act of love or for joining. It's for the act of humiliation. This is why when we were young, the little boys, the young men used to be like, suck my, as a form of an insult. How is fellatio an insult? Because even then they were programming themselves to think of their penis as something dirty, as something that if you put it inside of your mouth, there's something wrong with you. This is why a threesome, a male-male female threesome is called a train. A female-female threesome is called a menage a trois because They're running a train on you because they're not giving you anything valuable. They're giving you something that is lowering your worth, that is ruining your reputation. Because penis is no good for you, especially these Black men. White men don't seem to have the same issues with white women who sleep with white men, especially if the men are wealthy. Oh, you could sleep with 1 million wealthy men, white men. Black men will run in behind, hoping to be good enough to be able to lay his penis in the same hole as a white man. This is why some of these men will take care of a white man's child and not his own. Penis is a battering for you. He's battering your body. He's battering your spirit. He's battering your soul. He's taking from you. He's not giving. And any child that's produced, he hates that damn child too. And so when he sees little nigglets, according to him, out there playing with snowballs in the snow, innocent wintertime fun. This is Wisconsin. You know how much snow they get up there, right? He decides to go pull out his blammer and start bucking at children. You think the children were boys. You think the children were white. Let me play a video for you all so that we can hear. So that we can all get on the same doggone page. Let's get on the same page with this so that we can have an understanding of who these kids were. Let me go ahead and get my thing in. Oh. Not one apple? Oh, wait a minute. I guess you all ain't enjoying the broadcast. I came out here for what? What am I, what? Oh, well, look. I know you all are enjoying the broadcast. You're probably riveted. But you know what? I'm going to give you all a few moments to go ahead and send your apples through because I don't want you to be, so enthralled by my face and what it is that I'm saying that you don't get a chance to support the broadcast. And then you're like, oh, no, it's too late. The show is over. No. I'm going to give you some time to go ahead and get your apples in now. Let's jump to a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we'll get into the story. We'll read the apples. We'll play the video. We'll read the apples. We'll hear him begging. I want you to hear him beg. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get it. I put if you don't have the link to the Cash App, it's in the description. It's $Tonya TKO, just like you see written across here. TONYA TKO. The direct link is in the description of this and every video, no matter which platform you are on. All right. And I also wrote it. In the chat area. So go ahead, like the video, send through your apple, and we'll be back in 1 minute and 11 seconds. Are you tired of missing Tonya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now you can show up early with the Text Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TonyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Text Squad today for just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance. You'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TonyaTKO.com/text. Tired of missing Tonya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued? All right, listen, we had to come back from that with a block party from somebody who's like, This YouTube, not a 9 to 5. Motherfucker, this is my 9 to 5, so fall back. Fall back, don't play yourself. Well, you played yourself and you got yourself blocked. I don't go to your job telling you how to I was going to say how to suck dick and turn tricks, but I'm not going to say that. That's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. I don't tell you how to pull your hair behind your ears and I don't tell you all of that. I don't tell you about how to get the thong up in between the cheeks and clap just right. I don't do that. So just fall back. Just fall back, you know? When you wobbling on your high heels down by the depot, I don't tell you that's not a 9 to 5. I let you do your thing with the holes in your stockings and your smeared lipstick. And I let you do your thing with your fur hanging off one shoulder. I let you do your thing. I don't come to you talking junk. So don't come here talking junk. Don't come here talking junk. You know, you do. Look, go back. It's cold outside and the sailors are coming in. So listen. Anyway, so some apples have come in, right? Some apples have come in. And so continue to send those. I'm going to play this video for you all, right? Listen, I'm going to play this video.
It was a story that made national headlines. Kids shot after throwing snowballs at a car.
It happened more than 3 years ago. Today, the man convicted in the shooting found out his fate. Our Bill Miston joins us live. And Bill, you were in court today for William Carson's sentencing.
Steph and Ben, Carson is going to be spending the next 16 years in prison for that January 2020 shooting that wounded 2 children. And the mother of one of those children spoke at the sentencing hearing this afternoon.
That you really hurt us, and I really want you to pay for it, what you did to me and my family.
So, her daughter was shot. Is this a black woman? What was the race of the children? We already knew. Most of you already knew.
A body camera video of police officers taking care of that woman's young daughter played during the sentencing. A jury convicted Carson in November. A group of children were playing in the snow near 61st and Birch back in January 2020, throwing snowballs at passing cars. Carson later parked his car, got out, and fired at the kids as they tried to run away, and then drove off. One child was shot in the pelvis. Another was shot in the arm. Carson was arrested in Oak Creek after a police chase with officers during a suspected OWI and later crashed. And police found a gun that matched the one used.
Okay, so OWI is operating while intoxicated, right? People keep saying only 16 years. They wanted him to get 25, but he got 16 plus 10 conditional, right? Where he has to keep a job and undergo, you know, this the therapeutic something or other. I read it in the last thing. But yes. So I want you to hear him beg. I want you to hear him beg.
In the shooting.
I am asking you for leniency in my sentencing. I'm asking you for mercy in my sentencing. I miss my family. I miss my kids.
There is this other side of you that is impulsive, reckless, violent, I think self-centered.
Now, prosecutors asked for a prison term of 25 years, but the judge ended up sentencing Carson to 16 years. The judge also sentenced Carson to prison terms that run alongside that most serious charge, including that police chase. The victims wrote they have emotional and physical scars that still haunt them, and some even moved out of state after the shooting. Reporting in Milwaukee, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
All right, Bill, thanks for the update.
So you heard that yourself. You heard that yourself. So he was out there acting the doggone fool, shooting at children as they scurried, running from this grown man with a gun. They haven't even gotten out there into the world yet. He was shooting boys and girls alike, shooting at a crowd of girls with their little pom-pom hats on and pink coats. This is insane. And black men are going to have to start checking other black men. How much do you want to bet his kids are biracial? I don't know the answer to that. That I don't know the answer to. But I can only imagine that he's one of these self-loathing black men. And, you know, I don't even think he really cares about his own kids. I think he's using that as fodder to help people feel sorry for him. I really honestly don't think look, you know what? I need somebody to remind me behind the scenes. That two-legged terror Stumpy, oh, I got additional footage on that too. I need to do a follow-up video on that as well. And I also need to do a background check on him. Because you see, one of the things that these men have in common is that these are not isolated incidences. These are not isolated incidences where they do one crime and then that's it. No, these people be having a long rap sheet. This guy never turned himself in. He was never found. He was rolling around town with the gun in his car, the same gun, with the gun in his car, drinking and driving. Or they said they didn't even say what under the influence. Who even knows what he was under the influence of, right? Yes, Stumpy, I got additional footage on that. Thank you to the people who send me the videos following up. So, and there's still black women out there volleying and vying for Stumpy. And you know what? I am not going to be upset with black women. I am just going to let everybody wake up in their own time. I'm going to offer grace and allowance. Go out there yourself. Go get your big jumbo markers. Those things are expensive at these office supply stores. Go get your big jumbo markers and your big paper, your construction, and you go ahead and you write your signs. Go ahead and write your signs for these men. Go ahead. These men who wouldn't write a sign for you, and you're gonna talk about, oh, I do it for the people, or the people ain't doing it for you, sis. The people ain't doing it for you. They love your masculinity when you're out there in your frock, blowing in the breeze, standing up in front of tear gas for a good photo op. They love your masculinity then. But while you walking around screw-faced and oh my gracious, oh wow, okay. I see a lot of apples are coming in. A lot of apples. Thank you. All right. They love your masculinity when you're standing up there getting tear gas. They're like, yeah. And you know what? I have another theory about that too. It hasn't quite yet been an epiphany yet, but I have a theory. Because black women from the days of slavery have been seen as servants. And so they don't think that you're worthy of love. They don't think that you're worthy of protection. They're like, yeah, bitch. You're gonna be out there. And if you dare say, I am going to stay feminine and rest at home, they like, how dare you, bitch? You hate black men. How dare you, bitch? Because the natural default is for you to take your black ass out there onto the front lines, getting shot with rubber bullets, losing eyes, and getting your womb all tear gassed up so that now when you go to breastfeed, your milk is acrid. Because you got the damn remnants of all this mustard gas and I don't know what's inside this stuff. You got the remnants floating through your fatty tissues, stuck inside your system for years. Now your children are poisoned too. It's too much. Okay. All right, I'm going too far. But let me reel it back in. Check these apples. Listen. All right, let's grab all these apples. Let's start at the bottom. Started at the bottom. Now we here. All right. Okay. So Kendra sends $1 and says, I love my knockouts. Just jumped on live. Thank you, Kendra. You better get here early, Kendra, with the text notification squad. If you haven't joined yet, let me put the link right here inside of the comments for all of you to join the text notification squad. www.tonyatko.com/TEXT. There you go. Join the text notification squad. Get here early. Nayala sends $4 and says, yo, apples, start. Okay, I started, Nayala. I started. Demetra sends $1 and says, men like this is why the neighborhood isn't safe. Exactly. When are Black men going to be honest about the face of danger in the neighborhood being one that looks like his own? And he better be careful, because in the same way you used to get snuffed when you was a teenager, some of these Black men will snuff you out. In 2020, a Black man killed, a man killed mainly Black men. Black men were mainly killed by other Black men in 2020 at the rate of almost 1 an hour. 23 a day were killed in 2020. So Black men, you better start standing up. LaQuinta sends $5. Kalia sends $5. Ashley sends $2 and says, I'm already enjoying this. Well, thank you. We're happy that you're enjoying it. Yamule sends $1 and says, I love you, from Yammy. Well, thank you, Yam Yams. We appreciate the love. We appreciate that. Rakaya sends $3.33 and says, peace and blessings, Tonya. I appreciate that. Ashley sends $111 for support. Angeline sends $1. Angela says, happy Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, that's right. Sharmise sends $5 and says, I love your show, girl. You're amazing. Thank you. You're amazing. D sends $5 and says, thanks for all you do. Oh, Kia says this is her first Cash App. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yamule says, put him under the jail. Love you, Tonya. You are amazing. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Thank you, Yami. Thank you. Monina sends $10 and says, I appreciate your commentary. Thank you. Shanice sends $5 and says, love you much. We will always support you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kendra sends $5 and says, for your 9 to 5. Demetra sends $1 and says, he should have gotten more time. Shocking. Well, you know, every state has different sentencing rules, and 16 years is a long time. I think 16 years is a long time to rehabilitate yourself. You know, 16 years I think 16 years is a long time. I think we get used to these really long sentences. And I think 16 years, that's a decade, more than a decade and a half. Hopefully he'll get the help that he needs inside. Mercedes sends $3 and says, first Apple, loving the consistency, great live per usual. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Lisa Roxanne sends $3 worth of Bitcoin. Let's accept the Bitcoin and see what the comment is on that. Where's the comment? Let me go back out and see here. Okay, she says, epic read. It was the entire library. You're so funny. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I see that, I don't know. I think 16 years is a long time, but I see that you all disagree. Tony sends $1 and says, be the alarm clock. On time, people, don't hit snooze. That's so funny. Okay. So let's jump back into the story, right? Because, so let's see. So far, we have brought in $63 for this broadcast. So support the content that you enjoy. Send the apples through. You can also send them after I'm off air if you're seeing the video after I'm off. So I want to hear your thoughts on all of this, honestly. What are your thoughts on all of this? Because, you know, he definitely has some issues. Are his issues anger issues? Because I bet you he ain't never did this to no Caucasian people, so he has control when the time is right. Right? But when it comes to certain people, he chooses not to. It was a choice. He got out of his car with the gun. The kids were running away. He shot at children running away. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So nonetheless, I want to see your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on my theory on black men needing to really call out other black men? We are under an hour, so maybe I'll open. I saw this posted somewhere and the people in the comments were way too focused on what the kids did wrong. I mean, we live in a black male worshiping community. So, of course, anything that the black man does, they think is going to be justified. But, you know, it's too much. I'm going to open up the phone lines real quick and give you all an opportunity to call in and discuss this. Phone lines are open. 323. I only see the comments as they come through. So if you're on Twitch, you have to just type your comments because I only see them as they come up on the screen when I'm looking at the screen. So if you see me turning this way, but there's also a 20-second delay. So yeah. It looks like B. Nicole is writing from YouTube and Twitch. I don't know what's going on. All right, so phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. I want to hear your thoughts on this. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Renee. I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, Renee, so tell us what your comment is on this situation.
So I am a young Afro-Latinx woman. And growing up, I was blessed to have a few good role models of black men. And in my 2 decades of living, being an adult now and seeing how black women have to put up with so much degeneracy in our community because of the men, and they just continue to not take accountability, is so disheartening. So I just wanted to let you know that you are doing great work, because there are women my age and even younger that are finally growing up and seeing the light. So I just want to say thank you, Tonya, for everything that you're doing and how much you and other strong, beautiful black older women are waking most of us up and seeing the light, so that we don't make the mistakes that a lot of the women in our older generation have done with black male worship.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, growing up with positive black male models, role models, and figures actually puts some women at a disadvantage, because you go out there in the
Right. Yeah,
streets
no, it
thinking
does, because
that you're going
I'm
to
out
be
here.
Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, like you said, I had, like, thankfully I had a father that was in my life that still checks up on me today. I have an older brother that did everything in his power to protect me and understands the struggles that black women go through, and is having his own daughter, is educating his daughter. But me now coming into the world and trying to look for my father and my brother and other black men, it's so disappointing to see that not all black men educate themselves and literally act like they're on fucking Mars, as if we're not living in the same economy, like not going through the same things, and make me feel delusional when I share my sentiments of what I go through as a black woman in America.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what was also disheartening for me? Learning that every black woman is not an ally and not on the same page
Oh
either, that there
yeah.
are some
Oh
problematic
yeah.
black women out there. Look, that's a
I
story
had
for
recently
another day, girl. That's a story for another day. Let me grab
Yeah,
some of these other
you're right,
calls.
you're right. You are right. But thank you so much, Tanya. I don't want to take up your time. I'm pretty sure you have much more important messages than to sit here and talk about the pitfalls in our community. But I wanted to say that you are such a beautiful soul, and I appreciate everything that you're doing for our community. Thank you.
Hold on. Tell me your name one more time.
Renee.
Yeah, Renee, don't do that. Don't apologize for existing. Okay? Take up
Mm-hmm.
space.
Mm-hmm.
Take up space. Own the space that you take up and be unapologetic about the space that you take up, okay? Don't apologize
Alrighty.
for quote unquote taking up time, and that there are other things that are other calls more important and all of that. Take up space. Your call is important. Your voice
Okay.
is important. You know, practice taking up space. I have a self-love affirmation workbook on Amazon. You all make sure that you get it. You see it behind me there. The link is in the description of the video. You can also search on Amazon for the words Tonya TKO and self-love, and you'll find the book. It's $20. And I find that affirmations really help us rewrite the type of language that we speak to ourselves, the type of things that we say to ourselves. And so yeah, take up space. Be unapologetic with the taking up of space. All right, I'm gonna grab the next call. Thank you so much, Renee.
Alrighty. Thank you, Tonya. You have a blessed one.
You too, you too. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Tasha, and I'm calling from Luxembourg.
Hey, Tasha, welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know where Luxembourg is,
Oh,
but maybe other people do.
it's in Europe. It's a
Oh,
landlocked country that is between Germany, France, and Belgium.
oh, I do know Luxembourg. There's a lot of graphic designers in Luxembourg and a lot of graphic design companies. I know Luxembourg. Yes.
Oh, I
Okay.
had no idea that that was indeed the case.
Yes, it is. It is. Because I saw Luxembourg on the contact list for a few different graphic design companies. So yes,
hmm
absolutely. So go forth, my dear. Tell us your comment.
So I just want to say this is actually a very sad case, and I'm just noticing more and more when these things happen where people are always asking, well, what did this person do to provoke him? Why do we have that mentality? I guess it goes back, of course, to the black male worshiping, but when are we as a community going to see that this doesn't benefit us, and it certainly doesn't benefit black men, and it's leading us down just a very, very sad and dire road.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? It is important for men. It's important for all of us, but especially men. Black men doesn't seem as if they have enough black men holding them accountable for checks and balances in the community. So there's nobody really calling them on their shit. I had a brunch with a girlfriend yesterday, and I was talking to her, and she was, offering me her counter opinion because I was actually telling her how disgusted I've been feeling with black men lately. And
hmm
she was talking to me, calling me out on where it is that I am. And I appreciate that, because if without that you can become too radical, because I went and bought myself a military beret. I'm getting Listen, I got myself a leather motorcycle jacket, and I'm about to start dressing up militantly. I'm going through something internally. I'm going through something, and I feel like those kids that are going
Yeah.
through a goth phase, because I'm going to put on my military beret, my dark sunglasses, my leather biker jacket, and I'm going to start screaming on these airwaves. But I'm trying not to go off the deep end, but there's too much going on. There's too much going on, especially
Yes.
when I start talking about black
Seriously, just
femicide. I think that's going to be my uniform.
just way too much going on. And then even like I saw your show the other day with about Tyree Nichols and his colorist tweets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they just have to keep terrorizing the community with their own self-hatred. And it's like, if you don't want to be a part of this community, you hate black women, you hate black children, then remove yourself. I'm totally with you
No,
when
they
you
don't
say
want.
for
They
the
don't
past
want to
12 rows
acknowledge
to
that they're
go.
the problem. They want to take you out. They want to end you and end the children. They're shooting at children with snowballs in their hand with little fluffy hats, running in the
hmm
wind. I can't even imagine what that day was like, especially as children began to fall. Like, what type of human being? Ugh, girl, listen. Thank you
Yeah,
so
he
much for
parked his car.
calling.
He had time to think, and he went back and did that. Yes.
I know. Thank you so much for calling in. I'm
Yeah.
going to grab the next
Yeah.
call.
Well, I just want to say
Hmm.
I'm an original passport sister because I left and I'm in Luxembourg now. So,
What you in Luxembourg doing?
oh, I'm here for my job. So,
So that don't make
and
you a
I've been here
passport
now.
sister unless you out there twirling round
No,
and
no, no,
round
no.
on.
But I'm joking. Yeah, but I left before the train. I've been gone a few years, so I'm here for my job, and I'm just glad to have removed myself
Okay.
from so much of what's going on
I
in this
feel you.
community.
Well,
But
thank you. Let me grab
yeah,
this next call. Thank you so
you're
much for
welcome.
calling in. All right.
Okay, bye
All
bye.
right. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Kim calling from California.
Hi, we got Kim from California on the line. Thank you so much. Virgo says some combat boots. I probably need to get some combat boots too. Next broadcast. Go ahead. Kim from Cali.
Yeah, so my thing is, where was the mercy for these children? He's begging for mercy in court, and it's just the audacity for me.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
that was a intentional act. He pulled over and got out and pursued those children to fire upon them.
I know. It's probably
So
like a
what type of
horror
mindset
film.
does a person have to get that angry at children?
You know what I'm saying? Children for
It's
snowballs.
frightening.
He probably got himself a little luxury car. And so he probably was like, oh, these snowballs hit my. He probably got the luxury car to impress, the white women of Milwaukee. And so he probably got it cleaned or something, which was a bad idea in the winter anyway. And some snowballs hit it. And he was like, and just started going off.
He doesn't sound like a guy who owns his own vehicle. He was probably borrowing a girlfriend's car or his mother or sister's car.
Maybe. I guess we all pontificate on what it could be, the theory. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, and we also need to start talking about this epidemic of fatherless homes that are creating this community of violence and why other Black men aren't speaking out about the violence in our community.
Yes, I want us to coin a term. I said it in my last broadcast, father abandoned homes. So if we can call it
Okay.
like it is, these homes were abandoned by these men. Father abandoned homes. Can everybody type that in the comments? Father abandoned homes. Because we keep talking about single
I
mother
agree.
homes, but these are father abandoned homes where they are hoping that some young woman who's ill equipped to raise a child on her own will do all the heavy lifting while he assumes none of the responsibility, all of the praise, but none of the problems.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I just want to thank you for your content. I look forward to watching your videos. I've learned so much from just tuning in. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yes,
You are
thank
doing a
you.
great
Are
service.
you a part of the text notification squad, Kim?
Not yet, but I will be joining.
Have you sent an apple through lately?
I have not, but I will. I'm
I
going to do
thought you
one right
said I
now.
thought you said you love the show so much and you benefit
I
so much
do. I
from it.
love it. I tune in. I like the videos. I comment. I'm engaged. So I do what I can.
Okay, you share the videos.
I do share the video and I talk
Okay.
about your content with my girlfriends and my family members.
Okay, well, tell them to send some apples through too for the group discussions.
Definitely.
Let me ask you a question. I'm
Thank you.
curious. I'm curious though, since I have somebody on the line who does enjoy the show but hasn't sent an apple through. What are some of the reasons that a person may not send an apple through even though they're enjoying the broadcast?
Financial reasons. For instance, I'm on disability right now, so my finances aren't where they should be. So
Okay.
and some people might not have the technology or have accounts to
Okay.
send money through, so they try
Okay.
to support in other ways.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you said that. So there are other ways that a person can support. If you would like to get free notifications for when I go live, the link to that is in the description, is the last link. So you don't have to be left out in the cold, especially with Mother Effa's out here shooting at people in the cold. So you don't have to be in the cold. You can join the team to be able to get a notification whenever I go live, because it's just important that you get here, that you make comments, that you thumbs up the video, that you especially leave comments, and that you share. Because when YouTube sees that you do those actions, it knows that the video is safe and that the video is worthy to send. And so you all have been doing that. And recently we crossed out of the realm, because I used to get about 2,000 views per video. Now we've gotten up to 10,000, and we're volleying between 10 and 20,000 views per video. So the sharing is helping, the discussing the topics, but also tell your peoples that when they do watch, to leave a comment, to share, to thumbs up the video as well, okay? Because those things help.
Definitely.
Because you don't have to have the money for an apple. If you do, that's great. If you don't, then support in other ways that are free. Tell them to join the like, especially if you're the one sharing my videos, because there's a lot of people who share my videos with their friends to discuss. But you can also tell them to go into the description. I'll put the link. I'll open it up and put the link so that people can, give me 1 second. I'll put it inside the chat area so that people can also get free notifications when I go live, so that way, you know, because there may be a topic that doesn't interest you that interests them. I just put it inside of the chat area. So that way, if they get notifications, they can watch videos that may interest them, and they may introduce it to other friend groups, because that's how YouTube works. YouTube is really BYOA. You bring your own audience, because they do not share you. You only get what you get.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't,
Yeah, and I
have an
discovered
audience,
you because someone shared a video with me.
exactly. So now you join the live alerts on Telegram for free, since you said you're on disability and that the money is tight. So don't worry about sending an apple. Okay, just continue doing what you're doing. If you can promise me that the next time you talk to somebody about a video of mine, that you just tell them to join and get the notifications, either the paid notifications for $1.99 a month or the free notifications, so that way they can be here, because YouTube is not going to send out the notifications unless you're already a viewer. They don't send it out to new viewers.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you, Tonya.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so somebody, let me see who's saying this. Nathan, of course, is a ball dragger. So Nathan is saying that's why you shouldn't label him man unless you know it's a good dude and that he'll stick around. There's a lot of women out here who have killed our real block. Maybe you should meet a guy, marry him, and then have children. That will be a proper order of things to society. I know that there was a lot of father abandoned homes in the community, but there was a lot of black men who take good care of them kids and handle that better now. Don't be mad because you get with somebody who ain't shut down and act like the women can't raise kids and be successful at it. So Nathan I don't know if that says Raggedy. Oh, Raggedy Land. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, that says Ragland. Sorry. So Nathan Ragland. Nathan, do you know the vast majority of teenage pregnancies? Do you know who gets these girls pregnant? They are specifically seeking out girls who don't know better. They don't know better. They don't know what to look for. You think that these men, now they've gone over to other countries because they've run out of suckers over here. Now they're looking for suckers in other countries. These men are not getting with well-equipped women. You're asking a lot, but you don't realize that these men are specifically targeting. So you see me standing with I gotta fix my shirt because I got let me fix this. I want to hide my thing. All right. Okay. You see me sitting here with my shoulders up and back and my head held high, right? I don't get approached with the same type of stuff that a girl who looks like this. Sorry. I don't get approached with the same stuff that somebody who looks like that gets approached with. They are specifically looking for people with low self-esteem. And then motherfuckers like you come out and blame the women, the girls who are ill-equipped to be able to choose a good man. Women who know how to choose good men choose good men. You see, this is why I don't march, because of motherfuckers who make comments like yours. I don't march because I know that there's some black man excusing, probably bastard himself out there, who is blaming girls for not choosing better when these niggas are specifically looking for girls who don't know how to choose better because they know that they ain't shit. And so they go looking for girls who don't have standards, who don't have esteem, and don't know how to choose better. Women who know how to choose better choose better. This is why women are waking up. And you know what? I know it's controversial, right? People love for me to say, oh, use birth control, use birth control. I'm going to say abort them too. Abort! If he's already acting fucked up and you are okay with abortion, get his seed sucked out of your womb and go on with your life. If you're with a man and you've had multiple miscarriages and he's acting stupid and all this stuff, take that as a sign and run, girl, run, run, run. Somebody out here needs to hear this message right now. Somebody out here needs to hear this message. Run, girl. I'm serious. Run, run. Because these men, they be acting stupid. They be acting stupid. They want to punish you with their offspring. Meanwhile, they can't handle even a few days with their children. They can't handle, the next thing you know, they on bridges trying to jump. I'm not even joking. That's another story that was sent to me today. They can't handle it. Let me grab these apples that have come in. Somebody says, this is my troll account. Don't you worry. All right, well, listen, I don't know if you were joking or not. I don't know if you were friend or foe, but I saw your comment and you got blocked. It's as simple as that. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Listen. Sam sends 111 and says, I love your apple drop graphic, shoulder shimmy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Dominique says mustard gas. Look, I don't know what it is that they're using at these rallies. I don't know. Paula sends $5 and says kids being kids. Shantae sends $1 and says love, apple, apple. Paula sends $5 and says him seeking mercy from prisoners. Well, that's gonna be him. Soon as people learn that he shoots at children, he's about to get it in there. Kimberly sends $5 and says thank you for wanting Black women to win. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Brittany sends $1 worth of Bitcoin and says Black men plus compensatory masculinity equals violence. Very interesting. Okay. All right. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what else we have here. All right. So we got those apples for the time being. All right. So I think I'll probably get out of here because we've been on for about an hour. So let me go ahead and close the phone lines now since no one has called in a minute. You can go ahead and send your whatchamacallit, your apple, even after the broadcast is over. So go ahead. I want to see what your self-love lesson has been from today's broadcast. Let's see. Oh, we got 3 people on Twitch now. Okay. Twitch is growing. It's like gremlins when you throw water on them. Pretty is saying, I would leave the baby at his doorstep. See, the only problem with that is that baby is half yours. So, Tam J, that means you're not on the notification squad if you're just now catching a live. So, come on. I want to see. SLL, what's your self-love lesson from today's broadcast? I want to see if you were part of the text notification squad. Oh, also join my other YouTube page, www.youtube.com/@Tonya clips. That's where I post the shorter clips. I also just put up that Akon clip I put up the Akon clip on TikTok and I put up the full clip on my other YouTube page. So go ahead and check that out. So SLL, what is the self-love lesson? I want to see what the self-love lesson is from today's broadcast. What have you learned? What have you learned? SLL, not all places are for all people. How did you gather that from today's video? I want to see. SLL, come on with the self-love lessons. Come. Battle bonnets up. I know, right? You know, that woman is so silly. She should have come out with her own line of battle bonnets because I'm about to come out with a line of them. with a boxing glove in the middle. Stay clear of dusty worshiping women. Not all skin folks are kinfolk. Yeah. Keep myself child free and dust free. Damn, guys, you're going pretty bad, says Sonny. I don't know which guys he's talking about. Are you talking about women and calling us guys, misgendering us, so that men are calling themselves women and you're calling all women guys? It's too much. It's too much. Avoid the dusties and teach your kids to avoid them too. Yeah, Tanya's facial expressions be slaying me. Father abandoned home. Somebody's a little further behind in the broadcast. Yup. Mm-hmm. Come with the self-love lessons. I'm going to see if there's any more apples in. I got all of the apples for the time being. All right. Father abandonment is a crime against women. It's a crime against children too. SLL, keep your... All right. So go ahead. Check the loony bins for names first before dating. That's interesting. Do not apologize for your existence. Okay, I feel you on that. All right. Okay. So listen, you can go ahead and type the self-love lessons that you've learned through this broadcast in the comments. I'm getting out of here. I was tired, but I had this epiphany that the reason why they're doing all of this is because they hate themselves and they despise you and any offspring that they create. All right, I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video is... What is the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video? Today's video... Oh, you know what? Actually, one of the self-love lessons that I learned from today's video is... There was a small segment in the broadcast from the news station that said that some of the people moved. Yeah, move away from these people. Move out of areas that are not conducive to raising children right. Also, be unapologetic with my words, because I have a lot of people who are like, oh, abortion is barbaric and all this other stuff. You know, do all that you can to avoid pregnancy. And if worse comes to worse, abort. I'm going to say it forthrightly. Abort. If you're all right with abortion, exercise your medical right to not have to be a host to a being that cannot survive and cannot create itself without you. You do not have to be the host. And you do not have to continue going forward. You don't. It's like they have this forked tongue where they talk out two sides of their mouths. They don't want you to be single mothers. They want you to have intercourse after the first date. And they don't want you to have abortions. And they don't want to wear protection. Something's got to give. So it's like, So anyway, that is that. I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Peace. Thank you all for coming out. Share the video. All of that. You know what to do. Oh, my goodness. See you all later. I can't even dance. I'm just not feeling that well. I'm going to go lay down and go self-soothe right now. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I'll see you all later. Bye. And somebody is saying it's healthier to birth the child. No, actually, it's healthier not to birth the child. The birthing process is a traumatic process for a woman's body. Not only that, what your body goes through changes your entire anatomy forever. And things happen to your body that then make your body, quote unquote, less desirable to other men that did not. I mean, your body becomes less desirable to the man that fathered the children and that sired the children inside of you. Do not do it. And listen, the decision to abort or not to abort is a personal decision. If you personally do not want an abortion, don't get one, but close your mouth when it comes to other people's bodies. The fetus has a parasitic relationship with the host mother. That mother does not have to allow the calcium from her bones and her teeth to be leached out by being parasiting off of her body. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So do what it is that you as a womb holder needs to do. Stop letting these people impose their thoughts on you, and stop signing up for a lifetime of, I wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would tell me that I gotta birth a child. I wish a motherfucker would. So that my DNA is walking around out there in the streets if I choose for it not to. So that now I'm over here at picnics and barbecues like, I wonder, is that my baby? Olivia, is that you riding on the backs of the trucks? No, 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 no. If I'm not going to be there to be able to guide and protect and rear my DNA in this world, it's not coming in this world. And I wish a motherfucker would tell me otherwise. Sit your ass down. This is my body, my choice. I wish a motherfucker would tell me that I am obligated, that it's healthier for me. For healthier mentally, it is not healthier for me mentally to have an offspring of mine not being protected, wondering if my child that I birthed is warm at night. Nah, that's not healthier for me. What's healthier for me is to not give birth. That's what's healthier for me. Especially for a Black woman. Dominique is like, birthing is dangerous. You damn right. You damn right. On this, we would just have to agree to disagree. And Maurice is saying, if you're talking about health of her body, that is healthy objectively. It is not, actually. It is not. Because they have some pills that will dislodge that fetus from inside of you, the embryo, whatever you want to call it, it'll dislodge it from in there. So that you don't even have to go through an invasive procedure. It is much healthier not to have to go through the 9 months. It is much healthier. Please, get out of here. You know what? As a matter of fact, you all can argue that in the comments. Argue that in the comments. Which one is healthier? To be forced birthed or to abort? Which one is healthier? For you, because you know what? I know that that's a man. That is a man who has never given birth, whose body does not have the ability to give birth. I know for a fact from the way that they sound that they have never even seen, they've never even seen the birthing process. They don't know what a mother goes through in order to be able to create a human. And then you got people like Akon. Go to my other page and take a look at that video of Akon. Take a look at that video of Akon and how he's talking about men don't need women to give birth, talking about some debunked sci-fi technology that doesn't exist. I said I was getting out of here and y'all done kept me on here. I'm out of here. I'll see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO and I'm out. Argue that in the comments. I'll see you all later. Peace. They got